Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome back to another video. So for today's video, we're going to run through our free-to-play run for Relentless Rumble on Brawl 3 with Mad Creature. So Mad Creature right here has Phantom Armor, which reduces damage taken from magical damage source, but some of the strongest damage dealers, they are still the magical damage side, so we'll talk about that later. And then second skill, Wave Enchant, basically deals additional damage with a mini AoE. So to sort of reduce the impact of this, you kind of want to spread your unit so that when the Mad Creature uses this skill towards that 45 to 50 Q threshold, you will be able to better survive. And then Ultimate is a Tidal Trap, which deals damage as well as trap the enemy, bind them, prevent them from doing anything. So Smokey is probably better off at the back compared to at the front, because if you get hit by that, you reduce the efficiency of your channeling skills in general. Then you get this Blade Ruff, which increases attack by 50%, making the output damage output from the Mad Creature insanely powerful once you cross that 45 to 50 plus Q threshold. So that's for the Blade Ruff ability. So for this over here, you will be able to get everything at 40 Qs. So we'll talk about a few comms that can do 40 Qs, and for my own free-to-play account right here, we are able to do 54 Qs. Okay, so without further ado, let's go into the brawl. So this is my best damage team right here. So artifact of choice is actually not Blade Summon. I was doing a few experimentation. It's actually Star Shard. So the reason for this is because Star Shard gives you quite a fair bit of haste for the level 10 artifact, right? Fastest amongst all the other haste ability right here. And then on top of that, you get the skill that deals AoE true damage, which is not reduced by the Phantom Armor. So you get the attack speed reduction, which slows down the damage output from Mad Creature, additional true damage, additional haste for your units to spam their skill, and a pretty decent HP stats. So that's the reason for this artifact. So we're using Fresto as a frontliner, also providing us with additional stats. So this units actually hit really hard. So there are certain lineups you can use that doesn't run a frontliner, which we'll talk about later. But if your frontliners, or rather your units in front, they're not that tanky, they might be sniped down from that very first Mad Creature rush in. So that's one thing to take note of. So that's why running Fresto really safe, because these two bodies, they're really tanky, so you'll be able to soak up damage. And then we put the Lila behind the damage reduction Fresto, because my Lila's not very built up. So this will give Lila more survival, so she doesn't get popped up that fast. And then we are able to sort of cycle through twin skill more. We have Smokey for the heals, the buffs, as well as whatever sustain Smokey offers. We have Coco behind the main Fresto for the ultimate spam for the massive damage reduction. So this skill, right, allows us to get more shielding as well if your Coco's at the EX weapon. So this will give you more survival for the whole team, and then Shemira will just mega carry us from here. So without further ado, let's run through the battle, and we're gonna sort of talk about the few conditions that you might want to consider. So ideally, physical attackers are still the best, but Shemira actually hits super duper hard against this units over here. So we are building the whole team around her carrying us, and just having units to support her to reach that mega carry status. So that's for our Shemira. Our Shemira is currently at Supreme Tier EX10. So I think if your Shemira is more built up and you have sufficient sustain just to tide through all the different Q thresholds, you should be able to get a much better score than me. So that's with regards to this fight over here. So yep, basically the whole team will just keep on spamming their skill. We have Star Shard spell running through the whole battlefield, damaging all the Mad Creatures, and then we have all the defensive protection from all the different units, with our Fresto standing on the front line, drawing some attention away while doing some damage with its damage over time. Yep, so that's for Fresto. We have about 40 plus seconds left, and then Shemira, to be really honest, does so much damage because her ultimate keeps on recycling itself. She's able to spam her ultimate before like the first wave of ultimate actually lose damage over time, because for the ghost itself, the ghost actually deals less damage if it hits the same target at the same time. But if you kill off the enemy with all the ghosts running through them, okay, so right here our Shemira got sniped off, really unfortunate here, but the other units are still alive, and then we are able to jam in a little bit more damage with the Star Shard spell. Okay. So 51 kill, unfortunately Shemira got sniped off. So what we're going to do is we're going to do one more run to showcase this team and hopefully get a better score. Okay, so there are some RNG right here. Let's run through the battle once again with the exact same team and look at the final damage numbers. Fresto started to fall, but our Shemira is still alive, channeling the skill, and we should be able to break our personal best right here. So Fresto fell, Twins fell, Shemira fell, but we did 55 kills. Okay, really lucky on this one to be able to keep Shemira alive. Right now we are at the 16th rank with 55 kills, brand new record right here. So this is the Shemira hyper carrying comp with all the different units to back her up. Okay, so for this one, you can also build along the idea of running Faramor as the main carry, because Faramor does a lot of damage and Faramor has the additional benefit of doing true damage instead of magical damage. So for the Faramor lineup, what I'm going to do is we're going to switch out things a little bit. We're going to do Faramor but no Fresto, and we're just going to put Lily May into the team so that our Lily May is able to provide for the additional damage output against the mad creature right here. So for the distribution, we're going to speed up Coco a little bit. So this is the team that I mentioned that, hey, if your units on the front, the supports, they are not that tanky, you probably don't want to do this because you need some frontlining power to take the initial barrage of damage. Mine is tanky enough, but if yours is not tanky enough, then you should use the more defensive artifact like Surging Spell. If not, for you want more damage, Starshot Spell is the way to go. So let's start with this one. Okay, so right here we are able to survive on our front line. So there are cases where my Smokey gets snapped down if I put Smokey right in the middle. So I just shifted it one tile back such that the mad creature don't touch it immediately. So that's the rationale for the Smokey positioning. So this team over here does 50 plus damage, has 50 plus kills so far, at least based on my testing. So it's just with the Coco Smokey package to increase your survival and have your carry output damage to push beyond the potential kill threshold in general. So you can obviously replace Smokey with Ludovic in Graveborn centric teams, but Shemira don't actually need the other Graveborns to secure incredible damage. So you can just run Shemira with all the good buffers, debuffers, as well as Fresto. As mentioned just now, you can even run it with Torrent so that Torrent can take some damage. But Fresto is insanely good because Fresto offers 2 body and can redirect attention away, because the 2 bodies might spread up and then might draw the attention away from the mad creature. So right here we are at 50 kills, as you guys can see. So Twins started to fall. Lily May still doing a whole bunch of damage. Our Faramor died. Lily May, can you do 55? Really cool stuff, guys. We are really close here. One more belly dance could do the job. Can we get another belly dance? Unfortunately, no. So 54 kills from our wildest team setup with Faramor as well as Lily May. Okay, so yeah, you guys can see basically Faramor and our Shemira are still the top tier damage for all the different 3 brawls right here. And next, let's move on to another physical centric team. Okay, last team idea would be with our dear Sonja, long lost Sonja, together with the likes of Shakir and obviously the Smokey, right, for the Mauler factional talent tag. So let me find my Smokey over here. So Mikola against this fight is not that good because there's always 5 units within the arena, which prevents the perma debuff. Our Sonja over here will be a pretty decent physical damage dealer. We have Shakir with the damage reduction Lupine Aura, as well as a little bit of damage coverage to keep the whole team alive while also dealing damage against the boss. So for this one, you can actually take out Shakir and put in Seth, which will give you more damage overall. But then, like, I think Shakir offers you more survival with the Lupine Aura in general. So we'll showcase Shakir's build and then you guys can try all the other units. So Sinbad is okay, Vala is okay as well, Corey is generally okay. You guys will realize that our Sonja will be the main damage dealer, so that's why, like, with regards to that secondary carry slot, not the most important unless it's Harak, because like Harak's probably like one of the best damage dealer in this fight. So like Harak's damage increase over time, as well as all the true damage and physical damage, should be able to carry you a lot. And then there's also Taylin, which might not have the best damage output but probably still do a ton of damage. I do have Taylin here, but she's quite underdeveloped, so we're not going to take it out and then show off. So let's go with this build and then showcase the Mauler physical build, right? You can do Sinbad, you can do Vala, basically any physical attacker in Shakir's slot, but I think Shakir is more stable if you have issues surviving on your other units. So that's that. And because Shakir is linked with the Twins, the energy regen from Twins is able to keep the Lupine Aura uptime, which means that I think most of your units should be able to survive the full duration. The only thing is, like, the damage output of this team is a little bit lacking, because Sonja does okay damage, but obviously this Sonja is not a Shemira, right? It's also not a Faramor. So the damage is good, but it's not as powerful. So like the kill speed is a little bit slower towards the end, even though we're able to survive better. Okay. So right here, our Shakir is permanently in the wolf form with the round circle to provide us with the buff. A little bit out of position, unfortunately. So like the buff is not covering the units in the center right now because our Shakir is at the top of the map. But we should be able to hit 40 kills soon. Okay, Goku gets out the ultimate, Lupine Aura comes in, Sonja deals AoE damage. We have Starshot spell for the additional true damage as well. I think from the looks of it, I think 45 is our max. Yeah, like probably we'll do better with Seth. I guess we'll do a Seth run later because for us we can survive, but if we cannot survive, you Shakir. Okay, so this is a 46 Q or 47 Q with Shakir over here. So let's run through the damage distribution. Okay, so we just do one more but with Seth and then just do a quick conclusion to the Q count. Use with Seth's damage output right here. So that's pretty much it. Just a few ideas for you guys. You guys can do Harak Sonja. You guys can do Harak Sinbad. You can do Seth Sinbad. Basically just build along the idea based on who you have built up for your account, and I think you're good to go to secure the maximum rewards for this fight over here. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do remember to like and subscribe to see more, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.